Hi, Alicia Marie Belshak here, and I'm wondering, have you ever had a setback stop you? Have you ever had things just happen where it just one thing after another felt like it was going wrong? Have you ever had that feeling where just like everything sucks and you just don't know what to do about it? Yeah, big breath. So that's been happening to me recently, and I've been thinking about it and pausing and trying to puzzle my way through it. And so I thought I'd make this quick little video for you and share some of that, some of my thoughts and some of the resources I came across that might find helpful. Because sometimes things just suck. They do. Things go wrong. And the question is, will the setbacks stop you, or will they be fuel to supercharge you? So, let me just share what's going on with me in my life a little bit. So, a few weeks ago, maybe a month, maybe almost a month ago now, I came home late at night and discovered that the car that I've been meaning to sell had been towed away. And I don't know where it went, and I don't know who to whom. And I was really bummed about it because I've been meaning to call and get a tow truck, a junker to come and take it. I was going to get money out of it. So that was setback number one. Setback number two, uh, I poured orange juice on my laptop by accident and it killed it. Just destroyed everything, even though we tried to save it. And so that was an experience I didn't expect to be having. And so that happened in the last couple of weeks. So I've been not doing as many videos and I've been kind of struggling along with my phone up until now. That's getting fixed. I've got a new used computer that I've purchased, and I'm going to start working on that, updating things, getting my files. Hopefully, my files are still good. I was in the middle of working on some great videos too. Um, so that was a huge setback, and that really rattled my brain. And then I also, this recently in the last few days, just was upset with tiredness and too much going on and pandemic life and getting ready for school and all of this stuff. And I had a run in with my professional office, let's just put it that way, where they were not understanding my position. There was miscommunication, and they weren't understanding my position as a stressed out mom. Maybe you have some stressed out moms in your life, or maybe you are one, and you need to give them some love because right now things are tough. It sucks, and like I said, setbacks are happening. So the question is, are you going to embrace that suck and let the setbacks supercharge you, or are you going to let it stop you? So that's the battle that I had to go in because basically I had to choose, I had to work things out, and eventually we were denied service, is the short story. But we weren't a good fit anymore. And so I had to find a whole new medical office to work with. So that's been really fun. And I've been just like aggravated. So I've been coming across a few things. And the first thing that I've been working with my mindset here is just embrace the suck because sometimes things just suck. So rather than try to change it or fight it or resist it, because what you resist often persists, this whole month I've been like, oh, so let my new thought is like, well, what if it does suck? Would I still be okay? Is that okay if it sucks? Not permanently, but maybe that's just what life demands of me right now. So, as a stressed out mom, as a mompreneur, solopreneur, trying to relaunch my coaching business since we took a hiatus this last winter for other emergencies and chaos in our life, and really digging into this idea that I espouse of taming the chaos, I I wanted to share some insight from Daily Motivation website. It's just a really cool website that I came across, and it was ironically or not ironically the perfect message for me in what I was doing. And I don't know what just happened here. I hope I'm still recording. Anyway, this I wanted to read just a couple of things for you real quick because I just found them to be really useful in my own life, and I thought maybe they'd be really useful to you because it talks about this idea of what's going on whenever. And so I wanted to get that up for you, but it's for some reason finding it. Okay, let's try again. So go to the date if you want to find. I have no affiliation with this other than the fact that I use them. Things not always working out. My battery wants to die on my device here, so we'll see if we can get this done in one take before we have issues. But okay, here's what I wanted to read to you guys from the Daily Motivation people. And it starts with this idea of mindset and what's going on with us. So, there will always be some situations outside your control. The more you resist, the harder it will get. You can only control your efforts and your attitude. So, stop wasting your precious time and energy on things you can't control. Don't allow your resentments to linger. Work toward managing your emotions outside of your comfort zone. Focus on the action that you can take. You have to make the conscious decision to move forward, to move on, to put on your energy into something that would be fulfilling to you. Pretty good ideas there. So I started to think about that more. And then the next day, the motivation it just fit so perfectly. Don't let your ego get in the way of personal growth. When you give or your advice, people want you to help them. And even though some of it might not be too useful, just considering and exploring it can help you grow. A lot of times we feel defensive, boy, have I ever, when we receive advice because our ego kicks in. Our ego makes up this part of our reality and prevents us from taking into account other people's perceptions, which, side note, is kind of what I felt like was happening with that office I was telling you about. Anyway, moving on. Motivation site, Daily Motivation said, we have a tendency to prefer our own opinions. However, being open to guidance can help you develop better solutions to your problems and draw useful insights. Just love that. I really sat with that all day because, it's also part of my calling and my inspiration to provide meaningful work for myself by giving hope and inspiration and insights to other people. But we all need each other. And one of the things I talked about recently in a different video was how we can't become our best self by ourselves. One of my mentors, Claire Zammit, talks about that. So I'm borrowing from that. But in the meantime, Daily Motivation today had another great one. And I just had to share this real quick with you. And it's just interesting how when you're ready for the information or the insight or the teacher to show up, the right person, the right message, the right tool, the right resource can arrive in your life. So I've been in this mode of like things breaking down, falling apart. I didn't even talk about all the little things, right? And the kids and the emotional meltdown and just life stress. So here come these messages for me right when I was ready to receive, because I opened myself up with curiosity and I said, let's think about how can I help myself in this moment? So here's what Daily Motivation said today. Don't get yourself too worked up in trying to understand why something happened the way it did. I love that because when these things went wrong, sometimes, especially when I felt like it was my fault and I didn't do a good job controlling my emotions or behaving a certain way or, taking the action I thought I needed to take. And now things were not happening. They were a natural consequence, but they were not things I really wanted in my life. So that was helpful. Don't think about things too much or why they happened. Okay. This helps reduce that negative charge we can have on things. So anyhow, Daily Motivation goes on to say, life can be random, but that doesn't prevent us from creating meaning out of our experiences. We try to research for the hidden meaning and try to understand the why. I certainly did that. Like, why did that person talk to me and treat me that way, right? Or why did that happen? But more often than not, we just can't quite come up with that definitive answer. It's better to accept the uncertainty and flow with the natural changes. Oh, powerful stuff right there. Trust that you are strong enough to deal with unexpected circumstances, even if you don't know the why. Let your worries go. And sneak peek. Tomorrow, this is the message, and I think it just fits perfectly as a capstone. You don't have to figure out everything all at once. Take it day by day. Stop rushing from one thing to the next. Stay calm, or figure out how to get calm, right? Let go of the pressure of perfection and hold compassion towards yourself. And I'm going to put in parentheses in here, even when, and especially when other people are not giving you the compassion you feel that you need or deserve. Daily motivation continues. Choose to live and love the process, not the end result. People change. The things around you change. The more you try to attempt to figure out the why things are happening, the more it won't make sense. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, for mistakes help you grow and become better. So I'm sinking in and I'm rereading all of these things to myself. And I encourage you to go back and listen to this yourself and to hear again and again what you need so that you can embrace the suck a little bit and shift, do that transition into more abundance, more grace, more of everything. So, thanks for listening, and I'll see you another time on another episode for Life Mastery TV. Make sure you hit subscribe, follow, and connect with me on the other social media platforms so we can continue this conversation. Super important.